Hello, welcome to this video session. In this video, we are going to see yet another thermodynamic cycle which comes under a standard cycle, that is dual cycle. Dual cycle, the name itself suggests it must be the combination of two cycles. Yes, it is a combination of both Otto and diesel cycle. The cycle is also known as mixed cycle. Here in this cycle, heat is added partly when volume remains constant and partly when the pressure remains constant. This is the PV and TS diagram of dual cycle. The process 1 to 2 is the adiabatic or reversible adiabatic compression or isentropic compression, and heat is added partly when the process 2 to 4 this 2 to 3, that is nothing but constant volume heat addition process, and the remaining part of the heat is added when the pressure remains constant, that is between the point or the salient point 3 and 4. And after heat addition, expansion takes place reversibly and it is a reversible adiabatic expansion or isentropic expansion, and heat is rejected between the point 4 and 5 and 1, that is the process of constant volume heat rejection takes. And in the TS diagram, you can easily identify heat is added between two processes, which is represented between 2 and 3 as well as 3 and 4 in the red color. And the volume between 1 and 2 is the swept volume, and the 5 processes are isentropic or reversible adiabatic compression with a compression ratio of V1 by V2, and heat addition process when the volume remains constant. 3 to 4 heat addition at constant pressure. 4 to 5 is the isentropic or reversible adiabatic expansion, and 5 to 1 is the heat rejection at constant volume. Now consider 1 kilogram of air, and the heat addition takes place when the volume remains constant, is that is 2 to 3. We can calculate easily CV is equal to T3 minus T2. Same way, for when the pressure remains constant, heat addition is called as Cp into T4 minus T2 delta T, MCP delta T, and mass is 1. So that M part is removed from this relation. So total heat addition is nothing but the sum of these two. That is what it is clear. Heat rejection at the constant volume process 5 to 1 is MCV delta T, and since it is a constant volume, we are considering specific heat at constant volume, and mass is assumed to be 1, so it can be negligible. So the output is nothing but CV T5 minus T1. The net work done during the cycle is Q input minus Q output. Q input, we know that sum of heat addition at constant volume process and the constant pressure process, and heat rejection is the heat removed when the process or when the volume remains constant, CV. Substitute all this value, you will get the network, and efficiency is calculated as we know that it is the ratio between the output by my input or the network done divided by heat supplied. So we can replace all these value here from the relation, previous relation, and we will get the relationship like this. If you observe this term and this term are same, so when we divide it is 1, and the second term is we have, and the bottom is same as it is. And bring this CV down or remove CV in both numerator and denominator in the second part of this equation, you will get T5 minus T1 divided by this term T3 minus T2 plus Cp by Cv into T4 minus T3. We know that Cp by Cv is nothing but gamma, and there are 3 important definitions we need to remember during this one. One is compression ratio, that is the ratio between total cylinder volume to the clearance volume or V1 by V2. and the pressure ratio as the ratio between the pressure at end after and before the process 2 to 3, and cutoff ratio is the volume of the cylinder before and after the constant volume or constant pressure heat addition process, that is between 3 and 4. And let's we will see one by one what all the process which is undergone in the dual cycle. First we start with the process 1 to 2, it is a isentropic compression. For isentropic process we are going to consider the relation Tv power gamma minus 1 is equal to constant. From that we can find the relationship of T2 and T1 in terms of volume compression ratio V1 by V2. So, T2 is equal to T1 into compression ratio power gamma minus 1, and the process 2 to 3 if we take, we can relate the same constant volume process, and for constant volume process we are going to consider PV is equal to MRT formula, and now volume remains constant and R is also MR also constant. So, we can easily relate T3 is equal to P3 T3 by T2 is equal to P3 by P2, that is nothing but the pressure ratio. So, from this we can calculate T3 as T2 into pressure ratio, and we know that T2 is in terms of T1. So, T2 we can replace by T1. So, our intention is to derive all express all the temperature with respect to the initial temperature, so that if we know the value of temperature, initial temperature of the system, we can easily find out the entire efficiency. And the process 3 to 4 is a constant pressure heat addition process, and pressure is constant, so that we are going to relate volume and temperature, and the temperature different ratio T4 by T3 is equal to V3 by V4 by V3, that is nothing but cutoff ratio. So, T4 is nothing but cross multiply with this, you will get T3 into RC, and we know that previously T3 is equal to T1 pressure ratio and cutoff ratio to the power gamma minus 1, you replace this one. So, the T4 will also we will get in terms of T1, and for the last process 4 to 5 it is the isentropic expansion process. Since it is isentropic expansion process, we are going to use the relation Tv power gamma minus 1 is equal to constant. From this we can derive this T5 by T4 is equal to V4 by V5, and what we are going to do is we are going to multiply by V2 and divide by V2, so that the entire term will not vary. We know that V4 by V2 as the RC and V2 by V5 as RV, because V5 is equal to V1, because the process 5 and 1 is the constant volume heat rejection process. So, that V5 is replaced by V1. So, we know that V2 by V1 is the compression ratio. So, T5 is nothing but T4 into this ratio, and T4 we know that this is in terms of T1. So, T1 into RP RV power gamma minus 1 into RC divided and multiplied by this term. You simplify this, you will get the simple term like T1 multiplied by RP multiplied by RC to the power gamma. So, we have derived all the temperature or the temperature at all the point in terms of T1 and pressure ratio and cutoff ratio. Substitute all the value in the efficiency formula, you can and simplify this, you will get the final term like this. Efficiency of the dual cycle is 1 minus these terms. And the same way we can also calculate the mean effective pressure of dual cycle. In general, we know that the pressure ratio the mean effective pressure of the any thermodynamic cycle is the ratio between the net work done divided by the swept volume. Net work done is nothing but heat addition minus heat rejection, that is heat addition and the heat rejection term and divided by V1 term. If you substitute these, you will get easily calculate, and we know how to calculate all these value, and all these term T3, T4, T2 all comes in single term T1, and substitute all these values whatever you derived in the previously, and do some mathematical manipulation, you will the final term you will get like this. This is the final mean effective pressure terms which represent in terms of P1 alone, and compression ratio, cutoff ratio and expansion ratio. If we know this value, we can easily find out the mean effective pressure. And now we are going to compare Otto, diesel and dual cycle with respect to TS diagram. In this diagram, we can easily come to know that 1, 2, 3, 4 as the Otto cycle and 1, 2, 3 dash and 4 dash as the dual cycle. You can see this one green 1, 2 and 2 to 2 dash and 2 to 3 dash and 4. This is called dual cycle, green color, and the last one is the diesel cycle. For assume if the heat input is common for all 3 cycle, for the same input we are getting various output heat rejection. When we compare all these 3 cycle, we can easily identify that the diesel cycle heat rejection will be comparatively more than the dual as well as Otto cycle. Since the efficiency, the heat rejection in the Otto cycle is less compared to all other cycle, the efficiency of the Otto cycle is high compared to the dual as well as diesel cycle. This is the simple comparison between or among the Otto, diesel and dual cycle. That's it guys, we are going to winding up now, and next class we see how the efficiency of Stirling cycle is derived and what is Stirling cycle. Till then, cheers, bye bye.